Do you know what the future of American fighter jets looks like? We all know the United States has long dominated the skies with cutting-edge aviation technology, from the famous F-22 Raptors to the widely used F-35 Lightning II. But what about tomorrow? What will America's fighter jets look like in the 2050s and beyond? Well, you're in for a wild ride today. In this episode, we're going to dive deep into the next big thing in aviation, the American fighter jets of the future, specifically the F-24 and F-36. So buckle up and let's get started. Let's kick things off by setting the stage. The United States is without a doubt the leader in aircraft construction. Their military aviation tech is second to none, with fighter jets that dominate both the skies and the conversation. Whether we're talking about speed, stealth, or firepower, American jets are ahead of the game. Take the F-22 Raptor, for example. It's not just a fighter jet, it's a symbol of American engineering genius, stealthy, fast, and almost untouchable in the air. And right alongside it is the F-35 Lightning II, which might get more criticism than praise, but don't let that fool you. More than 1,000 F-35s are already operational around the world. Yeah, it's not perfect. Critics will tell you about its short combat range and the need for afterburners to go supersonic. But guess what? It's also affordable, versatile, and powerful enough to get the job done, especially when it comes to global defense partnerships. Now, with all this success, what's next? The U.S. knows the game of aviation is evolving. Progress never stops, and neither does America's adversaries. But the question is, what will the fighter jets of the 2050s look like? This is where the next chapter begins, the F-24 and F-36 fighter jets. Let's dive in and see how these planes will continue America's legacy of aerial superiority. Now, to understand where we're headed, we need to look at the strategy behind today's fighter jets. The U.S. military has mastered a two-jet approach, one aircraft that's ultra-powerful, expensive, and lethal, the Lion, if you will, and another that's less flashy but still effective, cheaper to produce, and easier to maintain, the Workhorse. The F-22 Raptor is the Lion, while the F-35 Lightning II plays the role of the Workhorse. The F-22 Raptor is unmatched in many ways. Its stealth capabilities make it virtually invisible to radar, and it can fly at a top speed of over 2,400 kilometers per hour. That's around Mach 2.25. It's got this insane supermaneuverability thanks to its thrust vectoring, allowing it to outfly pretty much anything else out there. But here's the catch. The F-22 is expensive to produce, expensive to operate, and there's only about 200 of them in service. It's like having a lion in your arsenal, powerful but rare. On the flip side, we have the F-35, which may not have all the same superlative capabilities, but it's versatile, and you can produce it in large numbers. It's the jet the U.S. shares with its allies, an aircraft that can perform multiple roles, from air defense to ground strikes. While the F-35's stealth isn't quite on par with the F-22, it still manages to get the job done, especially when there are a lot of them in the sky. So, what's the takeaway here? The U.S. figured out that dominating the skies means having both, the Lion and the Workhorse, and this strategy will be carried forward with the next generation of fighter jets, the F-24 and F-36. So, what's the deal with the F-24? First things first, why F-24? Aviation enthusiasts might remember the YF-23, a stealthy prototype that lost out to the YF-22 in the 1990s. The F-24 is going to leap over that skipped number and embody everything a sixth-generation fighter jet should be. We're talking about a completely redesigned flying machine, a flying wing design to be exact. What's so special about the flying wing? Well, for starters, it makes the jet practically invisible to radar. You know those tail fins you see sticking out of the F-22? They're actually a dead giveaway to radar systems, but with the flying wing, that problem is solved. This new aerodynamic scheme also gives the F-24 phenomenal maneuverability, making it harder for enemy aircraft to get a lock on and, well, let's just say good luck trying to hit it with a missile. But here's where it gets really exciting. The F-24 isn't just stealthy, it's fast. I mean, really fast. While the F-22 tops out at around Mach 2.25, the F-24 is expected to hit hypersonic speeds. That's Mach 5 or faster. Why does that matter? Think about it. A jet that's practically invisible and moving faster than anything out there is nearly impossible to track, let alone shoot down. The F-24 will be the king of the skies for years to come. All right, so we've mentioned speed, but how does the F-24 plan to hit Mach 5? Well, let's talk engines. The F-22 and F-35 use some of the most advanced turbojet engines in the world, but even those aren't enough to push a jet past Mach 3. For the F-24, we're looking at a hybrid engine, a combination of a traditional turbojet and a hypersonic scramjet. This new propulsion system will allow the F-24 to accelerate using the turbojet up to Mach 3, then kick it into hyperdrive with the scramjet to hit speeds beyond Mach 5. Now, achieving hypersonic speed isn't just about going fast, it's about staying ahead of the game. By the time the F-24 takes to the skies, air defense systems around the world will have gotten better. So being faster, stealthier, and harder to hit will be key to maintaining air superiority. And at hypersonic speeds, this jet will be nearly impossible to intercept. Enemy air defenses will struggle to even see it on radar before it's long gone, leaving them in the dust. Plus, let's not forget about fuel efficiency. The U.S. is also exploring rotary detonation engines, which could extend the F-24's range even further. That means more time in the air, longer missions, and an even greater advantage in both speed and altitude. Imagine cruising near the edge of space, while your enemy is left guessing where you went. The future of fighter jets is looking bright, and the F-24 will be leading the way. So, what about the F-36? While the F-24 will be the lion of the skies, the F-36 will be the workhorse, a versatile, unmanned fighter jet designed to complement the F-24. Think of it as a drone with serious firepower. In fact, the F-36 will be the drone, likely a flying wing design like its big brother, the F-24. Here's the thing. As the U.S. looks ahead, it knows that manned fighter jets won't always be necessary. Unmanned drones will be the future of air combat. The F-36 will likely serve as an unmanned wingman, flying alongside the F-24 on missions, providing additional firepower and even absorbing some of the risks that come with being in a war zone. The beauty of the F-36? It's going to be cheaper to produce, faster to build, and perfect for mass deployment. Just like the F-35 is the workhorse today, the F-36 will take on that role in the future, but with a twist. It'll be unmanned, reducing the risk to pilots. And with advanced AI technology, these drones will be able to carry out complex missions with precision, making them an indispensable part of the U.S. Air Force. There you have it, the future of American fighter jets. The F-24 and F-36 are set to revolutionize air combat with their advanced technology, hypersonic speeds, and next-gen stealth. But what do you think? Will these jets dominate the skies like their predecessors, or will America's adversaries catch up? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content on the future of aviation. See you in the next episode.